Okay, folks, got a recurrence of what was a fairly frequent thing where just driving along, you start out, you get to 10 or 12 miles an hour, and you get that message. Okay, and that happened a year ago. I ordered a part to try to fix it, and before I could put it in, the air just stopped happening. So I'm going to pull in here to a empty parking lot and do some testing. Okay, I can turn off the car, restart it. The error message is gone until I get up to speed, and it immediately comes back. Okay, one of the things that have been tied to this kind of symptom is a problem with the wheel speed sensors. Now you can see they're all, for whatever reason reading a fraction of a kilometer per hour staying still. So I'm going to take off now, and it's always, every time I've looked at it at any rate, it's always done that odd thing where it goes from accurate to minus 600 something kilometers per hour intermittently. I'm going to sneak up on the trigger speed here to see if there's anything odd that happens. Okay, it's come back on, but I can't really see any kind of pattern there that indicates a problem. All right, next I'm going to check switch states and then read the data stream, which is all items, so okay. And that's the position of the brakes. I have to put on the brake to take off, to shift into gear. Okay, so let's run it up to speed and see if anything changes here. Okay, the error has come back, and obviously nothing happened there, so now I'm on the brake again, of course. All right, I'm going to examine the ESP, the electronic stability program. I'll go in, view all items. There are 5 to view. We got them all on screen. On the brake, put in gear. Okay, I'm just going to accelerate and see if anything freaks out. Looks odd. Oh, and there it is. We got the error message again. Looks all, from what I can see, looks normal. And a year ago when I was having this problem, one of the things I read about was that the brake switch can cause a problem. And I bought this, but before I could install it, the problem went away and basically stayed away for a year without repeating. And now it's coming back. It's very consistent now, which is what I was looking for. So I had to write this on here so I'd remember what it is after all this time. So now let's put this in and see if it fixes our problem. Okay, here we go, folks. We'll learn together whether I've done any good or not. It was happening every time I accelerated, and it still is. So, nope, wasn't the brake switch. Okay, then it occurs to me that sometimes this problem can be associated with a problem with the wheel speed sensor. Now, wheel speed sensor is right there on the left front. I'm showing you that axle because if you notice, it's got a brand new CV boot, only because the old one got damaged and spewed grease all over everything, including, no doubt, the ABS pickup ring, the serrated ring that goes around the CV axle in there. Thing is, I cleaned up fairly well, not perfectly, but I'm thinking there could be grease inside this this depression in here that could be causing a problem. So I'm going to pull this out and see what I can see. Okay. Can't really see anything. The sensor doesn't really look. Let's see if I can get the light on here. All right. Sensor looks a little greasy. not covered like I thought it might be, though. So I'm going to clean that up, and I'm going to do my best to clean up through that hole. I don't know if I can see anything down it. I can see any indication that there's... doesn't look like a lot of grease in there, but you never know. Worth a shot. Okay, first attempt is going to be compressed air into the cavity via just an air gun. Hopefully that will powerfully displace any grease that's in the way while I do that. I'm also gonna, even though it didn't look filthy, I'm gonna clean up. You can see there's residue on this, and with all the nastiness flying around in there, I'm thinking that there could have been enough metallic residue from the old grease that came out of the CV boot to get on this sensor and mess it up. It's can't hurt to clean it, so hopefully now I've displaced any grease that's in there. I didn't see any come out, which doesn't mean there could be a little bit. It's hard to say. Could be a little bit in there, but I'm going to go ahead and put the wheel speed sensor back in with my 10mm wrench, and we can see if we've done any good or not. And that didn't do it. Okay folks, just driving around after doing my wheel speed sensor clean routine. Didn't really do anything different. But now you can see the problem is gone. It came up a couple times after I cleaned the wheel speed sensor. Maybe there's some sort of latent issue that it took a couple cycles to correct. I don't know. But it's not doing it now. Now the thing is, this is what happened last time. I was just cruising around trying to figure this out. The problem went away, and it went away for a year. Never came back for a year. So again, we've gone through the trigger speed now several times. Probably a dozen times now off camera, and it just seems to be fine. So any rate, if anything, I hope this video shows you that the problem is odd. It's intermittent. It comes and goes. It can be associated with a wheel speed sensor or a brake switch. I can eliminate the brake switch. I don't know if I can eliminate the wheel speed sensor or not. But I guess at this point, all I can do is drive the car, see if the problem comes back, and all I can tell you is stay tuned for future developments.